City meeting July 28th, 6:30 to order. Commissioner Sullivan, you mind leading us in invocation?
Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight, Lord. Pray that you be with this education committee meeting, be with our regular committee, or regular county commission meeting tonight, Lord. May we do about business, making Sumner County a better place. Father, I pray that you would be with our students and teachers and staff as they go back to school this week. And pray, Father, that you would just put a hedge of protection over every student, and staff member, and teacher in school, and just that you would just hold us in the palm of your hand and help us have a great school year. In Jesus' name, amen.
Appreciate that. So, approval of the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Show that's unanimous. Approval of minutes, May 19th.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Show that's unanimous. Was there anybody that's on the sheet? Okay. No one signed the sheet. No one else is here. Report of the chairman. I would say Mr. Lambert is at I think it's his daughter, but his child's school registration tonight, and so that's why he's kindergarten registration, so that's why he's absent. But other than that, report of county mayor, he is not here. Report of the director of schools, Dr. Langford, do you want to?
I'll go real quick, and if you have any questions, I can answer.
And real quick, just before you start, I apologize. The email, all the information you sent to me on Saturday, I did forward that on to everybody earlier today. I don't know if everyone had a chance to read through it all, but go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Becker. So, athletic facilities are coming along well. North Summer's coming along well. Bleachers, if you drive by in the morning, drive by in the afternoon, they'll be completely different, especially in Hendersonville. Station camp, we just need more dry days. That's important right now because it's all dirt work and then putting the track down. But they're all, we really turned the corner at Station Camp last week, and Hendersonville has the most stuff underneath the bleachers and slides. Contrary to some popular opinion, we did not start at beach because we favor beach, nor are we putting a pirate ship with a cannon or anything like that. Some people have been telling Scotty Hughes that, like Jake Holt and them, and they've been having some fun with that. But it just, Henderson's got a lot more work with plumbing and stuff like that because we're moving all football operations into that stadium. So it took a little longer to get that work done, but now, you know, when I pulled in Friday at like 5:30 in the morning, they were unloading the aluminum. The press box should be there today, but those are all rolling and looking good, and they're going to look pretty spectacular. Really excited about those. The amendment that you have tonight is so the legislature approved the $2,000 bonuses for teachers in the special session in January. They funded that in this budget year. So we passed in the school board in May the resolution and an amendment, I think, in June that's here now. That amends, we couldn't budget it because we didn't have the revenue yet, so we have to amend that revenue into our budget to be able to pour it out back into teachers. So if the budget passes tonight, we'll be able to roll that. I communicated to teachers probably about mid-August because we just didn't know. We think, I talked to Ms. Brown, Amanda Brown today, we think we'll be able to roll those out on Friday. So if the budget passes tonight, those $2,000 bonuses will roll out on special payroll on Friday, so right before school starts. So that'll be nice for them. And then, you know, at the school board meeting last week, I gave an update about federal programs. We were in a very different place on Friday. All the federal money was released, so that's a huge relief. So we're in good shape about that. They released a lot of the money today, and there's more that'll come this week. Obviously, you know, if you've ever dealt with things coming from Washington, it's not immediate, but this comes pretty quickly. So I think that's July 31st. You know, we've been talking for a long time about Sumner Gets Back. So on Thursday afternoon, I'm really excited. Last week, we kind of kicked it off. We had Live Love Nashville, United Way, a group of churches came together. They gave us 1,500 backpacks full of school supplies. We passed out 564 backpacks on Thursday to families that came in. The rest will be distributed as they're needed around the rest of the county. So principals will be watching tonight, tomorrow night during registration. But on Thursday, we're taking a half day of one of our in-service days, and all 6,000 of our employees, not all, but a significant majority of them, will be out doing work giving back to the community. We've got a lot of really cool projects going on around the county. So if you're interested and want to know some of those, you just text me or email me, and I'll try to get you connected to some. But you'll see a lot of great service projects going on because, you know, we wanted to set the tone that it starts with us. I had an amazing meeting with a group of teenagers on Friday about ways that they could take service hours that kids are trying to get through Tennessee Promise and build an app to connect them to work that's really meaningful. So they want to build out a leadership thing. We're probably going to include a leadership academy in January in the Innovation Center. So also appreciate your vote for the Innovation Center lease. But I've got a lot of exciting things. I'm really, I tell you what, the monotony of the job at times, or the craziness of the job, sometimes gets to you. But when you see two young people come in and they were taking their Fridays off from work and getting together at Starbucks at 8 a.m. and working on a presentation to come share about how they could connect kids to meaningful community work and charity work. It's pretty amazing and powerful. I'm excited about those things. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. But I think that's about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Shaw.
Of all the football stadiums that have been rebuilt, is there any one that you're most concerned about, or do you anticipate by the start of football season that you're ready to go?
I think obviously like with Beach and Hendersonville, there'll still be some stuff underneath that they're working on. And honestly, I would expect some of them, like Hendersonville moving football operation, I would imagine they'll wait until there's a break, like fall break or something, to move in, because that's a lot of stuff to move during football season. But the bleachers will be ready for kickoff. The only one that I think is going to be close, we're kind of waiting to see, is Station Camp, because we had so much rain.
Okay.
And some of that work with the track and then putting the sod down required a certain number of dry days. And at one point we had 9 consecutive days where it rained every 12 hours. So it slowed us down on that. So Station Camp's the only one that I would say we're a little bit behind. But they got the sod down on Thursday and Friday. They've done the gravel work. They should be putting the asphalt down this week. They have to put an asphalt base on that track, and then they come in with the track surface. And then that track surface has to cure for about 30 days. So that's the timeline that we're up against. But I would say, too, like I'm hopeful that we'll still get it worked out. We're not going to make any decisions until we see. Station Camp, that's the only one. Portland is done for the most part. They've got some cleanup and some punch list stuff to do. Beach is looking really good. There's still work to do on the concession stand bathroom complex. There's still some work to do underneath. But if you drive by with the bleachers, they look great. And we've obviously cleaned up on the site. Hendersonville, Don, Mr. Schmidt and I were talking before, once they start the bleachers going up, they go up fast. And it's going to be cool. After 2 years of seeing nothing on Indian Lake when you drive by the high school, it's going to be nice to see a football stadium there. So
You can definitely see it.
yeah, it's going to change the skyline in Hendersonville.
And North Sumner's coming along.
Yeah.
Really good.
Really excited about that one too. For safety, but also like the cafeteria at North Sumner has a beautiful view out over pasture and everything, but it had a fiberglass window and it was awful. So excited they're going to have like glass.
Gallatin High School track, update on that?
Yeah, we got some work to do. The main thing there is soccer season starts next week. Obviously, Gallatin is in the ugly stage where you got to tear up the old track and it just takes some time. And there's nothing you can do except have a big old pile of dirt and rock. But all of that will start to fade away as they get into it more. But I've communicated with a couple of people about what we got to do to get. They've got a home opener for soccer next week, so we're going to get that ready where parents can get there and access it and everything. But unfortunately, as I tell every principal, we're about to do a construction project. It's a pain in the rear end when you're going through renovations or construction.
They've done a lot of drainage work at Gallatin.
Mm-hmm. Well, we went ahead, there'll be a discussion for a future commission, future school board, to discuss whether we need to move the football stadium on campus at Gallatin or build a new Gallatin High School. But we're not anywhere near there yet. That's on down the road. But
When they tried to build a stadium a number of years ago, nobody wanted it.
yeah. So what we did on the track is the track stands, if we wanted to build a football stadium there, the track stands could become the visitor side. So what we did in putting the track is they went ahead and did all the infrastructure, so that if you do it at a later date, you don't have to tear up the field and tear up the track and all that kind of stuff. So that's part of what will take a little bit of time at Gallatin is building out. But even if you're just doing the track, you want plumbing and electricity and things like that, or you'll regret it on the back end of it.
What is the expected end date for the construction of Beach?
So I think, it'll be done somewhere around kickoff first game.
All of it?
Yeah, I don't know, there'll be some little things that'll take a while. You see how it is, like you'll get the majority of it done, and we'll have 1,000 punch list items as you walk through and look at it.
Because the track's going up on the hill, right?
Now, the track is not part of this project, right? The track's up on the hill, but
Okay.
we did the dirt work because we could go ahead and get all the dirt work for the future track there while they had all that equipment there, and it saved $500,000 or $600,000.
Okay.
So we did that, but the track is not part of phase one. If we'd had an extra $3 or $4 million, we'd done the track too, but.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately, we tried to spread it out, hit everything, and get everybody some. The tennis courts at Merrill High, they've scraped it, and they're getting it ready. Tennis courts, like, we cross our fingers, you know, that's an interesting area in Sumner County history, so if we don't find anything weird under the dirt, it'll go pretty quickly. But, yeah, you know, there's sometimes be some, we found, you know, they had to do a lot of replacement of the soils and everything of the track at Station Camp, which explained why it was cracking and eroding. So that's all repaired and fixed now too.
So contingency plan on Station Camp, I don't know if they have a home game, home opener, or away, or what would be a contingency if for some reason it's not ready by their first home game?
I'm holding out. Let me say, in case anybody's watching at home, my goal is that we play there on the first ball game. We'd have an option of playing at another Sumner County stadium or flipping, you know, like you sign a 2-year contract on football games, you do a home and home. So worst case scenario, they would flip it and play it at Rockville this year, and then they would come here next year. Just flip the order of it.
If it's another Sumner County stadium, would Station Camp get the entire gate and concessions and everything?
Yeah, what we've done in the past is you have to work off something, you know, to compensate the group that painted the field and did all that kind of stuff. So there's a little bit of charge. It would be worth it to move all your concessions over there for one night. But I mean, that stuff with a month lead time, we only had about 9 days lead time in August of 23. A little more lead time, we could work through some of that stuff. But, you know, and obviously, if that happens, we'll try to find a way internally to make Station Camp whole so they don't. That's some of the stuff I've heard from parents that y'all probably heard too, is if we lose a home game, that's a substantial amount of revenue. I also like to point out, you're also getting a $2.1 million track and, you know, new irrigation, a lot of other stuff too. So, but we also want to, you know, for the kids, we want to take care of them. And so,
and you mentioned Gallatin soccer, so they'll be able to play their home games on that field.
Contrary to what Coach Harper says at Panera every morning, we will be playing soccer at Cam2.
I may or may not have heard that from somewhere as well, so I just want to make sure that was.
Sometimes head coaches are doomsdayers because they try to play out worst case scenario, and I don't blame them. But really, what we're talking about is clearing a walkway, putting down some, you know, some gravel and stuff like that.
I haven't been over in a while, but I know that the home, a lot of the visitors come in and put up like lawn chairs and stuff. I'm thinking that same area that's sort of.
It'll be different until we get the build. It won't be the same thing.
But the concession stand right there, so you can't really do much on the soccer side of that.
Okay. Any more questions for Dr. Langford? Appreciate all that information, sir.
Thank you.
So we'll go back to, there's no old business. On new business, 10A, 1, 2, and 3 is for information only. And then item B, Dr. Langford just described or just told us about it. Motion approved. Second, any further questions on that? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Before we adjourn, I want to make sure, so Mr. Sittler, you had mentioned in an email that I need to add items to the full commission agenda tonight.
Yeah, we're bypassing, and the deadline's passed to get it on, so you'll need to make a floor announcement to have it added, otherwise it rolls over to August.
Okay, so this item on 10B1, I will add that to the full agenda tonight.
And I'm not 100% sure how you all work the docketed items, but.
I'll add all of them.
All right.
Because they need to get docketed as well. Okay. Okay.
And I would ask also, I know you've got another meeting coming up, in a week.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Are we gonna just get back on track with that, or?
Yeah,
I guess you'll just let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I need to look through the notes and everything right now that I.
Yeah, it's got to be noticed pretty quickly.
It's the.
Oh, sorry, I noticed.
It's the scheduled one, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Anything else? Seeing none? Motion adjourned.